So my dad doesn't find me funny. He does
like
not find
in
me
this
funny.
moment or
Yeah.
at all?
At all.
Okay.
Like he doesn't get me. So like I made him laugh. We went. This is a good wrestling story, and I'm gonna let you know that this will probably be in a special, and it'll be a lot better. But you're getting
You heard it here first.
You're getting the skinny story.
Oh, what's your story? Don't you dare be sour. Clap for Stephanie and feel the power.
The hardest thing about having blood clots is this.
You can't do that?
You can't cross your legs.
Really?
So in bed, I'm a big leg crosser.
Right?
And so it's
Do
almost.
you know that's usually because of your back?
I have sciatic problems.
Yeah.
So we thought my blood clot was sciatic for real.
Really?
Initially, I was the day before I went into the hospital, I was in my recliner and my sciatic got so bad I couldn't move my leg at all.
Oh.
And so
That's a terrible feeling.
you don't I'm sure you're familiar with this. But you don't know how precious your mobility is. There are things that I didn't know were precious in life. Mobility, anonymity. Like I stole my daughter's anonymity. Like I just took it. I'm sure you're somewhat familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had any anonymity.
Never.
I don't even think I can say that word.
Yeah, it's like your life was out there.
Always.
Always.
Yeah. Always.
I did that to both my daughters.
Yeah.
Did you ever change your name?
No, I didn't.
My daughters did.
Really?
Yeah, they don't go by Kreischer. They go by Kreischer. Like if you talk to them.
Really?
And in school, but in their mailing address, it's a different last name.
Wow.
Yeah, it was creepy. A UPS driver pulled up for a delivery, and he was like to Isla, and he was like, Isla Kreischer? She was like, yeah. And he's like Isla Kreischer, who put her finger in ass and put it in the dog's mouth. And she's like, yeah, that's me. He's like, Isla Kreischer, that like was with that Vietnamese family that when they went ziplining. She goes, yeah, that's me.
Yes.
She's like, Isla Kreischer, the one that had the period party? And she's like, oh, I get it. What is it?
Yes.
And he's like, I have a package for you.
Yes, thank you,
And then he's
sir.
like, can I get a picture? And she's like, no.
That's
certainly
when she
not.
changed her name.
Yeah,
Probably, right?
so it's they changed it to Hitler.
Oh, great. Well, I mean, it says a lot about you.
No one talks to that person. Here you go, Hitler.
Yeah, they just want to stay away completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's asking questions when they deliver packages at that point.
Just a pile of mail.
So I wanted to ask, you look great, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, are you feeling better or no?
Sadly, I feel phenomenal.
You do.
I feel so good. I'm so crisp and clean on stage. I am so I mean, really honestly, I'm eating very clean and I'm sleeping amazing. I mean, I sleep so good. And I feel
Even without your feet crossed.
Even without that's the only
I
thing
feel
that
like
stinks.
we gotta uncross for him. It's not
No,
fair.
It won't last. I'll just constantly.
We're trying.
Sorry. You can
No.
live vicariously through our.
I'll man spread.
Okay.
No, I feel phenomenal, and my workouts are better, and when the doctor said to me when I got the blood clot, for everyone who doesn't know, I found a blood clot in my leg, and then I had blood clots in my lungs, and which is the scary part.
So scary.
Yeah, and my daughters.
But you caught them.
We caught them, which is you hear so many horror stories of people just dying instantaneously, and I have to say this just so. I know we may touch on this moving forward, but our dog passed away instantaneously yesterday, like within 2 minutes, just on the couch and then dead. It was horrible. It's a horrible
I'm
experience.
so sorry.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Izzy,
yeah. Oh, the best goddamn dog. We'll save that yeah. So, but what you think, you forget how precious life is. And then when they caught it, they're like, this is great. We got it, and so we're gonna get you. We have protocol to help you get healthy, and so there's a moment where you get this CAT scan and they find the blood clots, and there's a moment where you wait. There's a lot of moments in a hospital, like when they roll you past everyone to go to the CAT scan, and you're like, "Thank God I'm not them," and then when they roll you back, and you're like, "I'm worse than them." That's the weird part, and then there's the moment where you don't know what's happening, and then they come in and they're like, "Good news. It's not as bad as we thought." And you're like, oh, thank God. And they're like, but you're going to be on blood thinners and you can't drink on them. And I'm like, no, not a problem. And they're like, for 6 months. I was like, hold on.
Thought we were talking
not
weeks.
forever.
I go, no, not for. Well, my cardiologist said I wouldn't mind putting you on blood thinners forever on a different dosage and,
Right.
different protocol.
More
but,
maintenance.
but they're like 6 months, and I
What month are you in?
won.
Oh,
Yeah. And so I'm a negotiating type of person.
right.
And so I was like, okay, cool. 6 months. And I go, can I drink on them? And the doctor's like, no. And I was like, no, nothing at all.
Not at all.
She's like, I just said no. And I was like, no, I'm saying like on what scale of no is that?
Just the weekends.
Yeah. She was like, what are we talking? She goes, do you need to drink? I go, that's an open-ended question. I go, do I
Can you
need
put
to
it
drink?
in my IV right
I
now?
was like, yeah, wait, what are you like talking about? Like my family's coming over? It's a Sunday night. The sunset, the witching hour. What are we talking
the
about?
sunrise I saw also.
Oh. And so she goes, no. And I said, okay, well then I can do that, but can I smoke pot? And she goes, you have blood clots in your lungs. I was like, okay, can I eat edibles? And she looked at my wife. She goes, what are we doing?
She's
trying to
like,
live
it's
here.
his process.
She's like, you have blood clot in your legs and your lungs. There's nothing. I need you to be 100% clean.
So what happens if you fall? You said
That's the big. So then I talked. So of course I got a second opinion.
yeah,
There's no way I'm
naturally.
gonna fucking listen to this
Right?
ER doctor.
Right? What do they know? Come
I
on
got
now.
a cardiologist who does concierge work on the side. Who tells me what I want to hear a lot of times.
We love those on the side doctors.
Only thing he's ever said to me is, "Do you got to stop taking Xanax?" He goes, "It melts your brain." Like that's the only thing. I'm never gonna let you take Xanax again. He's
And
awesome.
did you stop Xanax, or
Oh,
is
yeah.
that now back in the rotation?
No, I would love if Xanax got back in. By the way, I could do all this with Xanax. I said to him, I said, how serious is this? Not drinking on blood thinners. He's like, listen, I know you, and he was like, if I tell you what I'm supposed to tell you, you're just gonna start drinking again. He goes, or I can just tell you what you need to hear. I said, what do I need to hear? And he goes, don't drink. He goes, you have a health problem. Let's get rid of the health problem, and then we'll figure it out then. He goes, hey, how bad? He goes, I'll tell you what, let's give it like 3 months and see where we're at, and we'll address it then. Give it a month. You don't want to go in and get an ultrasound too early. Like, you want to let the medicine do its work. Be as healthy as you can be. Work out. Feel good. Let's do it. And he goes, it would not kill you to do 6 months. I've been your doctor for 10 years. It wouldn't kill you to do 6 months. But he goes, let's revisit it in 3 months. And he goes, look, there's no real correlation with the alcohol and the blood thinners. But he goes, but with you there is, because the wheels will come off. You'll just start partying again,
Right.
and your blood pressure is
Bad
going to be
decisions.
high. And
Yeah.
he goes, none of that's good for you. So let's do it. Then my daughter Isla, she's like, yo, you're fucking with my dad, as if I'm a different entity, as if the guy who parties is also responsible for the guy she loves, right? Like there was a weird conversation. She's like, you're fucking with my dad. She goes, and if you drink and I lose my dad, I will be fucking angry at you for the rest of my life.
That's all you needed.
And
to
then I
hear.
was like, oh God.
Going 6 months.
It was like
Way to
when
go,
it was
Isla.
like when we had Georgia, my youngest. I was like, had her, such a great feeling. Bring her home, put her in bed. Put her in the crib the first time. Leanne's in bed, and I go, Leanne's like, what are you gonna do? Open a bottle of champagne? I go, nope, I'm done drinking. She went, really? I said, that little girl will never see me with a drink in my hand. And Leanne went, really? And I went, nope. She goes, well, right now, technically, she can't see within 6 inches from her face. And I went, oh, cool. And then I just started drinking.
So did you crack open the
That day,
champagne?
I was like, I'm getting fucking wasted. You got this.
Spraying it in her room.
I'm getting wasted. Yeah, I'm a dad. Dad's drink. That kid seen me with drinks my whole life.
Cold days, big goals, no time to cook? Factor makes healthy eating easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. So eat well without the planning or cooking. Factor meals are packed with quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats.
Options include high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support, and ready-to-eat salads. Factor meals are always fresh, never frozen, and ready in about 2 minutes. No prep, no stress.
Head to factormeals.com/Steph50off and use code STEPH50OFF to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, varies by plan, one free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription is active. It seems like Isla is the most like you.
That's what they say.
At least your show sort of depicts that a little bit.
Yes. Here's the deal. Georgia's the most like me. We're the
Really?
most emotional. Georgia's way more emotionally evolved than me. Georgia and I are so similar. We butt heads. Leanne and Isla are like a dog barking in a mirror. Like they are.
Really?
Yes. Isla is Leanne if she had had a support system and love in her family. Like Leanne just had to raise herself. She had a mom that was off the rails and a dad that was working on him, and she was just like a feral cat. And so Isla
Did
really
she have brothers and sisters?
no single, only child, and only child like only latchkey child.
Right.
And so like,
She really had to learn a lot by herself.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like you know, she's consistently reading self-help books. She's in
She
therapy.
could probably write one.
Don't say that out loud.
Here's an idea.
Yeah, she
Well, experience is your greatest teacher, right?
so funny. She has this thing called her Bible that at an early age started taking anytime she saw a quote in a book, she'd just rip it out and put it in this notebook. So she has like all these great quotes. And like, I remember there was one when I first got famous, I got embarrassed of my house. Like I had a normal house, like 1,100 square foot house that I loved. I loved that house. My happiest house I ever owned. And then we got the big house, like 5,600 square feet on an acre in LA is like crazy.
Yeah.
And I got embarrassed of it. And I got embarrassed of me. I got embarrassed of my success. Leanne had this great quote that she just pulled out her Bible, flipped over, and she's like, denying yourself the right to sparkle denies anyone else the right to sparkle. Like if you don't allow
wow.
yourself to be your most beautiful thing, then what you're saying to other people is you shouldn't be beautiful. You shouldn't sparkle. And I heard that and I went, oh yeah, you should really just like, that's why I don't read comments or anything, because I don't want anyone to take away what makes me really feel great and wake up with like a pep in my step and feeling good about myself.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you earned it.
Yeah, you work hard to earn feeling good about yourself. And it's so silly that someone that you don't know can take that away for a day,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And why in a string of however many comments you can read 10 positives and one negative and like you just fixate on that one negative comment. I don't know what that is about human nature, but that seems to be what we do.
Yeah, and by the way, like, there's a great moment of Georgia, like Georgia, how emotionally involved Georgia is. I did Netflix. Obviously, there's a part of Netflix. We're here tonight. I did the Netflix Christmas Day game, and it was a great experience. Working for Netflix has always been a great experience, and I have a blast. I have a few cocktails. Take the shirt off for.
I wasn't sure how you were going to show up today.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
Well, I got my belly button back now that I've lost weight, so I take my shirt off way more. Isla told me we were in Hawaii, and she goes, buddy, you got to start losing weight. And I said, why? She goes, I know you can't see it, but you're losing your belly button. And I was like, what? And I couldn't see it. I was like, is it bad? And I have a belly button phobia. Like I have a few phobias, clowns, balloons, and belly buttons.
Oh, yeah.
And I do not like my belly button touched. And and oh my God, what's crazy is Isla was like, I'd gotten so fat, it was starting to become an outie.
Yeah.
And then you know when like women get
That's
pregnant?
why I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Pregnancy, yeah. But
And so I could feel it touching my shirt.
Oh, and that just wigged you right out.
And Isla would know when it was touching my shirt. She was like, "Uh-oh, are you sensory overloading?" And I was like, "Ah." She was like, "You gotta lose weight, get your belly button back."
I feel it.
That was the first thing Leanne said when she saw me naked. She goes, "You're getting your belly button back." I was like, "That's not what you want to hear."
I feel like it's a compliment.
Yeah, I know it is a compliment. It's not that bad. It's
Oh,
better.
you look so great. Look
Yeah.
at you. Flat stomach.
Yeah, well, I sucked in. My hair, I got hairier. When you get fat, your hair spreads out.
Right?
So you don't look as hairy. And then when you
now
lose weight,
it's
it gets hairier.
Super hairy. Are you going to wax it?
No.
No.
No, Leanne, I shaved my chest. Look, I'm from Florida, okay? So I'm like part meathead. So we used to trim up
Smart.
our chest like to make it look nice and
Right?
neat.
No, groom.
I still Caesar out my tits.
Oh.
Like I cut a line.
Okay,
You
what's
can
your
tell.
grooming tool that you
I have a
use?
liner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's the best thing. Probably the best thing I ever learned from black men is about liners.
Okay.
Because they do sharper edges, and they're a real thin razor with a longer blade. And the ones I use are I forget the wheel. I forget the name of the, but they're really great. And so what I do is I get out of the shower, I comb my breast hair down,
Right?
and then
While
you
it's
can-
wet? You
can
shave
see
while
it.
it's wet?
You
This is
can
the
see it.
tutorial.
Okay, here we
that
go.
needed.
I go up under here and then right to here. And it looks like I have like breasts. The worst is I did that to Tom Segura one time.
As friends do.
It's the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. We're in Hawaii. It's our first day in Hawaii. We're down at the beach, and I go, buddy, can I hook you up? And he goes, what's that? And I said,
What do you mean?
I said, listen. I said, I want to shave your back. It's really hairy, but more importantly, what I'd like to do, I go, your underarm hair is connecting with your chest hair.
Oh,
I go, if we can hollow that out,
just
give you-
separate it a little.
give you a distinct underarm, so people think there's a pit there, and not just an underarm fold.
Shadows.
It's all shadow work. It's all shadow work. And I go, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hollow out your breast, and I'll line it so it looks like you have muscles. And,
Oh, yes.
and this is a
Right?
very different Tom Segura. Now, the
Okay,
Tom Segura
okay.
you know and love right now, this is a different one. This is Fat Tom, who always had hot sauce in his pocket. Like,
Okay.
you go to dinner with him, and he'd pull out his own hot sauce.
Okay, that's commitment.
And he was dumber then. He was so much dumber. And we go up to the room. I shave his back clean.
He's dumb because he lets you do this.
I know.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I was actually going to say.
He trusted me.
Because you're, of course, a master,
And-
manscaper.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like in Hawaii, so 0 drinks have been had.
I've been drinking pretty aggressively.
Oh.
I've been
Did
drinking.
you cut his nipple off?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
by the way, you can find the footage. You can find the footage.
We need
It's
it.
the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. So I trim out the underarm, and then I go up under, and I get the first breast. All I get's one breast. And as I start the next one, I'm really close to the forest, right? And I pull back, and I realize it looks like his tit is wearing sunglasses. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And it looked like they're wearing a mask, like it does. And I go, and then
like a
he,
superhero mask.
and he, like the Lone Ranger, like it's about to rob a bank. And I said
around
to
the
Tom, I started giggling, and he looked at me so vulnerable, and he goes, "Does it look good?"
You're like, no.
I laughed so hard I thought I was having a stroke. I was on the toilet, sweating, crying, laughing, and he
With
was
him
like,
standing in front of
and
you.
he's standing in front of the mirror. I'm off to the side. He's like, it looks like, he goes, this is why guys shave their balls and dick, to make it look bigger. He goes, I just look fatter. It's the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. I've like the top 5 hardest. That's by far one of them.
Right up there.
Oh my God.
What's another one?
I'm trying to think. I have one. One was like just silly. We were in Catalina, and we were.
Who's we?
We used to be big family vacations with these families that we're all friends with. So we all had kids the same age. So it's like, maybe it's like 12 of us, 15 of us. It's the Schmitz, the Gillens, the Kreischers. My sisters were there. My old roommate. It was a big group of like young nuclear family. And we had the girls, and what weed had just gotten popularized again. And so we're on Catalina, and we see a buffalo in Catalina. For those of you that don't know, the owner of the Cubs used to own Catalina, and he'd hold spring training out on Catalina. And as we're experimenting with marijuana for the first time since college, right?
Right.
It just got legalized in LA.
With your kids.
Medicinal. My kids are there. Leanne's sober. Me and these guys are all smoking weed. My sisters are with me. It's a great group. My sisters make me laugh so hard. And we see buffalo, and someone goes, wow, there's buffalo out here? And someone goes, yeah, the owner for the Cubs brought them out. And my sister goes, oh, for a scrimmage? And I laughed so hard. You know when you visualize it? And then all you can see is the owner of the Cubs in a seersucker suit with a big cigar looks out to left field and his team is warming up. And then he looks out and sees Buffalo grazing and he looks at his assistant and he goes, I meant the fucking team. And he's like, oh, I brought the real Buffalo, sir. And I couldn't stop laughing. It's one of those laughs where you, as you visualize it, you keep laughing harder and harder.
This message is sponsored by Raycon. With the Winter Olympics this month, there is no better time to get inspired, push harder, and upgrade your workout routine.
The active noise cancellation blocks out distractions so I can fully lock in no matter what I'm doing. My music stays crisp and powerful. My podcasts are crystal clear, and I stay focused from start to finish.
Podcasts like this one. With the quick charge function, 10 minutes of charge time gives me 90 minutes of playtime. And right now is the perfect time to grab them because they're 15% off.
Here's the kicker. Raycon delivers the same premium audio quality as the big brands, but at half the price. Add in over 3 million happy customers and a 30-day happiness guarantee, and there's zero reason to overpay.
I've been using these earbuds pretty much every day since I got them, and they've become a part of my daily routine. The Everyday Earbuds Classic are here to help you go for gold. Go to buyraycon.com/WYS to get 15% off. Thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring.
The hardest my dad ever, I'm going to do that. This is a little bit of a bit, but this is the hardest my
Feel
dad's
free.
ever laughed. So my dad doesn't find me funny. He does
Like
not find
in
me
this
funny.
moment or
Yeah.
at all?
At all.
Okay.
Like he doesn't get me. So like I made him laugh. We went. This is a good wrestling story, and I'm gonna let you know that this will probably be in a special, and it'll be a lot better. But you're getting
You heard it here first.
You're getting the skinny story. We went to a Disney resort for a luau. Long story short, my dad did not want to go to a Disney resort. The alcohol was minimal, and they said they had a special guest coming. And I look around, I see Moana, and so obviously as a wrestling fan, I go, it's the fucking Rock.
Naturally.
And so I make so much noise going, they're going to bring out The Rock. And they're like, who's ready for a special guest? And I'm like, I can smell what's up ahead. Shirts off, whipping around my head. And they're like, put your hands together for Mickey Mouse. And my dad's like, oh my God, doubled over. He's like, they think you're a Disney adult. They think you were molested. My dad, the hardest I've ever seen him, the hardest he's ever laughed. The hardest he's ever laughed. This is a bit, but it's the truth. Christmas, probably 15 years ago, I'm in DC. I call my wife and I go, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And she goes, pajamas. I went, oh, cool. So I hear pajamas. She wants pajamas. She gets pajamas. Now, the DC Improv is right next to a Gap. So I go into Gap and I go, I need 7 pairs of pajamas. And the guy goes, do you want them wrapped? I go, yeah, individually wrap them. So I get 7 pairs of individual pajamas. And I'm like,
fantastic.
my wife wants pajamas. My wife's got pajamas. I'm so excited. I nailed it.
Boom.
She said what she wanted.
7
I got
pairs.
it.
7 pairs.
7 pairs.
Over-deliver.
I fan them out like a deck of cards under the tree. And I'm so excited.
So proud.
Because I know what she wants. And I'm going to kill it. All Christmas, I'm like, open my gift. And she was like, I'll get to it. I'm working with the girls. My dad's next to me. He goes, you must have killed it this year, buddy. I go, you'll see. So my dad's drinking eggnog and whiskey on Christmas morning. So finally she gets to mine. I've been talking about this present for an hour. The whole family gathers around to see what I got my wife. I maybe built it up too much.
Maybe.
She opens the first pair and just goes, oh, pajamas. And I go, ooh. I go, if that's how she reacted to pajamas number 1, I can't imagine it's gonna build, you know?
2%.
My dad just goes, who the fuck buys someone pajamas? And I'm like, oh, this is gonna get bad.
She told me this is what she wanted.
She opens the second pair and just goes, oh, more pajamas. My dad looks at the 5 unwrapped gifts, does the math, and I thought he was having a stroke. He goes, oh, you're a fucking idiot. He starts wheezing. By pajamas number 5, I thought we were going to have to call an ambulance. He's like, pajamas number 6, the whole family's going, come on, pajamas. Come on, pajamas. Pajamas number 7, they are pissing themselves. Not knowing that I also bought my mom and sister's pajamas also. The hardest I've ever seen. My dad, the other time my dad laughed the hardest was one year, one Right after I got written up in Rolling Stone magazine, I went to Orlando. I was going to move to New York, and I was my last hangout with my girlfriend. I'm at her family's house, and we have a big dinner, and we're in Orlando. We go out, and that night I got pretty fucked up. We drank a 6-pack on the dock. Me and her sister's boyfriend. I ate a joint. I
Ate it.
I'm not sure that choice.
I got
but-
locked in their pantry because it was a pocket door. So like as I closed it, I couldn't find the doorknob. And then I was like, well, if this were a good place to be locked in, there's a lot of food.
Right?
I get up in the middle of the night and I urinate on their dining room table.
Oh, that's a good move.
Her dad sees me. Her dad wakes up, sees me. I then David Blaine the tablecloth, lay on the table in the piss, and I go back to sleep.
Oh.
He moves me to the bed. Like,
He
he gets me to the bed.
He actually moves you to the bed?
I'm still hammered. I'm
Put you
so out of
outside?
it.
Wow.
Puts me in my bed.
Wow.
Wakes up her. She comes out. She goes, he must have just spilt water. I gave him a cup of water. It must be water. And he goes, I think I saw him pissing. So I wake up the next morning. Everyone's at breakfast. And they're like, how'd you sleep last night, Bert? I'm like, good. Oblivious to the fact that I've pissed on their dining room table. Everyone leaves breakfast.
And tried to go to
and
back
slept
to bed.
in it. And slept in it. Mind you, I smell like urine. I have not showered. She's like, did you piss on my family's dining room table? I go, no.
Of course not.
What are you talking about? I'm a grown man. She goes, I know. That's what I said. My dad said he saw you pissing on the dining room table. And you know how when you kind of recollect a dream?
That
I go,
sounds
that's so funny.
familiar.
I had a dream about your dad last night.
Carrying me somewhere.
Does your dad wear tighties, whiteies? And she goes, he does. I go, I think I pissed on your table. So I don't go skiing with them. I don't go water skiing. I drive home. This is before cell phones.
Yeah.
So I stop halfway, there was this circus. I thought Circus World used to be outside Orlando.
Right.
I forget what it's called, but it's like a circus thing. I stop right by there at a gas station. I call my mom and dad and I go, hey, I'm coming home. And I'm flying to New York the next day. And they're like, you're not going to spend the day with the Maddox? And that's their real name. And I said, no.
I'm no longer welcome.
I said, it's a long story. I'll tell you when I get there. I walk in, and my dad, it's funny the visual I remember. My dad is standing, we had a hook where we always kept our keys, right when you entered the kitchen, in the garage, laundry room, and then right where you kept your keys. And my dad has his hand on the hook by the keys, and he goes, hey, buddy, what are you doing here? And I went, I came home early. And he goes, why? I said, I didn't feel like water skiing. And he goes, hold on, what's going on? And I said, we partied last night. And he goes, and I go, and I pissed on their dining room table. And I watched my dad go, and he's holding onto the keys, and that's the only thing holding his body up. He's going, tell me more. And I go, I guess I got up in the middle of the night and pissed on it. I go, Mr. Maddox found me. He goes, he found you. And I go, and then I took the tablecloth. He goes, no, you didn't. I said, I laid it. And he goes, have you showered? And I'm like, no. And he smells me. Goes, it's a true story. Oh, God. That's the hardest I've ever made my dad laugh.
It's a good bit. It's a good bit. It's going to work.
I've never told that one on stage.
That's a good one.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell
that's
it
a
this
really
one,
good
yeah.
one. Why did you not tell that one? Did you just remember it recently?
Stand-up. No, I was just remembering the hardest time I made my dad laugh.
Yes.
Stand-up's weird in that it's funny. Like a lot of times, your best bits, you won't know they're bits. You're just like, oh, it's a story I tell my friends. I don't know how to get it on stage. And then people are like, you got to tell that on stage, but you don't know how to get into it. You don't know how to
Right.
like.
What's the setup?
Yeah, like that's the beauty of being around stand-ups. Like I remember one time, I was just talking to Joe about this the other day. I was at the Comedy Store and I was like, we were doing a new material night where people yell stuff out and then you riff on it. And someone said, Anne Frank. And I was like, oh, it's so funny. I used to think Anne Frank and Helen Keller were the same person. And the room's like, what?
Wait,
and
what?
Then I told a story of how I found out at the Anne Frank house that they're not. And I got off stage and, Rogan has like many faces, but his best face he has is when he's confused by you. It's almost like if you ever watch him listen to stories about aliens, it's the same face.
Okay, no, I know
And he's
that
like,
face. Yes.
Why? He goes, what? Is that true?
Is that
And
real?
I went, yeah. And he goes, is that a bit? And I went, no. And he goes, you gotta talk about this on stage. You gotta get back up. You gotta go into another room and explore the story. And I was like, what's so funny? That's the same day I went to a live sex club and they had this flying dildo show. And he was like, oh my god. And that became a big bit. But it's like, you don't know. The pajama story was a
Yes.
story I told right before I was about to do Secret Time, which I, by the way, shot here in Philly at the Troc. And Adam Egget, I just did it, like I just told it on stage, like in the OR, not thinking, getting ready for my special, but not thinking it would fit. And Adam Egget, who now runs Joe's Club, the Comedy Mothership, came up to me, and goes, that is hysterical. And I was like, yeah, but it's a story. In my head, I was like, it's a story about people laughing. It's not really like, and he was like, I don't give a shit.
No,
He's like,
it's
I was
so
crying.
relatable.
It worked.
Yeah.
She said pajamas, so I got her 7.
So I
Yeah.
got her. I nailed it.
I have a story I'm working on that I can't, that when I tell in the bus, like if I tell friends, it's so funny, but I can't get to work on stage about Isla for like a year spoke with a French accent. And it was all to piss Leanne off. And it used to make me laugh so hard. And then she just stopped. Isla's just such an interesting, she sent 95 pictures of our dog last night. She just kept texting. So our kids are very emotionally grown up. My children are. I was not. I was angry all day. I was angry this morning. I was angry. I get angry when instead
It's
of
your
hurt.
initial response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Isla talked me off a ledge. Georgia was like, hey, you got a show to do. Like, they're just really wise children.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and the best gift you can give is showing up confident, energized, and performing your best where it matters most.
Game Day Men's Health specializes in helping men optimize testosterone, energy, and sexual performance with real testing, face-to-face visits, and personalized treatment plans. No long waits, no online guesswork.
Do you think they test the sexual performance?
Yes.
Wow. If you've noticed lower energy, reduced drive, or performance issues, don't ignore it. Book your free in-clinic consultation at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and feel like your best self this Valentine's Day. Do you have Mastiffs or Bull Mastiffs?
Bull Mastiffs. Bull Mastiffs. I think that's the end.
I grew up with Bull Mastiffs.
They're the fucking
Yeah,
best.
and now we have Mastiffs. And
Oh, maybe we'll go Mastiffs.
yeah, and I have some pictures to
Look
to
at
show
this
you.
is Mac and Izzy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know I just put it on there
Oh,
today.
that is
Mac
so
passed
awesome.
while we were in Hawaii, oddly enough. Like we were on a hike or a walk, me and Leanne, and the vet was like, we got to put him down. And we had to put him down on Zoom.
I'm so
then-
sorry.
And it's interesting because I was thinking about our 2 dogs, right? So we knew Mac had cancer, but we got to spend like a solid 6 months extra with him of just giving him love, and then obviously, luckily, because of that, we knew how precious Izzy was to us. So this 6 months, Mac passed in August, so whatever the 4 months it's been, we've been loving on Izzy like crazy because we miss Mac. And but I don't know which is better, to go within 2 minutes and you don't see it coming and you feel it like a ton of bricks, or to draw it out.
Well, you got to give her all that extra love, though, anyway.
Yeah.
So I have a similar story. This is Andre. He was 240. He's a big boy.
That is a gorgeous dog.
He was my boy, and we found out he had an osteosarcoma in his leg. Found out because we thought he needed knee surgery, and he did. But then when they were in there, they found that he had bone cancer.
So that's how Mac went. And you can't cut their leg off.
No,
Like if it was a
they're
small
too big.
dog, they just
Yeah.
cut their leg off.
They're too big. You
It's
can't do
heartbreaking. And then you watch that leg tremble
it. Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, buddy.
So this dog, like, he had such a personality, and I tried to gate him in, right? And I slept downstairs with him and all this stuff. He would get out
Yeah.
still, even with the bum leg. And on the last day, so we got to love on him. right? For 2 to 3 months, we got to just love on him. And the last day was so hard because we watched our kids say goodbye.
Oh, that's the.
And it was really, really, really hard. But also so beautiful, you know, to have the gift of getting to say goodbye. Yeah, that was a rough one.
The first ones, I talked about that in my last special, Lucky. It's so funny, you know, not to get in the weeds on like the creative process or production or Netflix, you know, but it's interesting. When you shoot a special, sometimes people shoot one show, which I think is ill-advised. Sometimes they shoot two, which once again I think is not the best idea. 4 is probably the magic number, but on Lucky I decided to shoot 6. And if I hadn't shot 6, on the last night, we had gotten it, clearly we'd gotten it in 4. But on that last night, one of my best friends and the guy who does all my shows, he does Freebird as well, Tony Hernandez, I grew up with him, and Leanne's a producer on everything I do. They were like, yo, tell the story about putting down Mac. And it's such an emotional story, but it's very funny. And by the way, it was probably the standout bit in Lucky that everyone passed around, because if you've lost a dog, it's a lot of things that happen that only if you've put a dog down are you familiar with. Like when they come in, they go, I'm going to give him a shot to make him feel a little better. And you watch this dog who struggled for the last day and a half, just get go, that was a close call, huh, guys? And you're like, oh, your heart breaks. You're like, oh, baby girl. But I talked about putting Priscilla was our first bull mastiff, and we were all but it's watching your kids go through it is the hardest. That's the hardest.
So we had them. We were on our way to go to New Hampshire for like a break. It's where my husband's family's from, and so we had everybody say goodbye, and then the kids left, and then Paul and I had the vet come to the house.
Oh, wow. The kids weren't.
We didn't have them there for his final moments. I didn't think that was... we gave them the option, but I encouraged them. I didn't think that was the best.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, they got to say their goodbyes, and then, you know, but when they gave Andre the muscle relaxer, he looked at me like desperate and made eye contact like, is this okay? And I was like, it's okay, buddy. You're going to be just fine. And then he closed his eyes. But now we have Gus.
Oh, let me see.
Well, and we have Attila.
I love Attila.
Attila was the girl that we loved on. And you can see her here with Gus.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's Attila and that's
Oh,
the
my
puppy.
God.
They look almost identical. But so you had a reverse brindle.
Reverse brindle.
Yeah.
She came up. I was on tour. I was doing the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, and Leanne said, I want a dog. And I said, great. She goes, there's one 30 miles from here. And I went, hold on. Now, I'm a little bit of a meathead, so I'm like, I go, what? She goes, it's their very last one. I go, that's the one no one wanted. She goes, I don't give a shit. She's like, it's a good dog. It's a beautiful dog. Let's go meet it. I go, baby, if it's like going to get a car. If you go look at cars, you're buying a car. If we look at this puppy, we're going to get a puppy. And we walked in to this house, and this Izzy came up, and I did not want Izzy.
Oh.
And she climbed up in my lap, and she laid back with her feet out and her paws like this.
Really?
And went to sleep.
On your belly?
On
like
my belly,
that?
and my belly, as they're talking about what, and I went,
Oh my God.
I go, we're getting this fucking dog. And Leanne was like, for real? No. And she was beautiful, reverse brindle, beautiful dog. And she was an apocalypse dog. Like if you had to live through an apocalypse, this is the dog you want walking by your side everywhere you go. If you woke up and walked outside, she walked with you and just stood next to you. And when I went to the gym, she'd walk to the gym with me. And then if you were in the gym and she couldn't find you in the house, she'd go to the gym window and just stare at you and wait till you open the door. And you could tell what the best thing about this dog is you could go, Izzy, go lay down. and she'd go lay down. Like that's the
Wow.
best. I mean, just the best dog. Mac was a whore. Mac was the one. He wanted to be inside you. He was 160 pounds, and he wanted to be on you, in you at any moment.
Yes.
He could not any space, and he was Leanne's dog. I mean, everyone always claims a dog. I always get the crap dog, but like Mac was the prettiest dog you've ever seen in your life. I mean, you would take pictures of this dog, and just like every beautiful person, dumb as shit, and just you'd get the greatest pictures of Mac, and then Pris was the one before. Pris was like Priscilla was our first bull mastiff,
Okay.
and she
That's
was
a great name for a bull mastiff.
man. I said this in the special. I got her when I was doing the road a lot. And I wanted a bull mastiff because I wanted someone to protect the house.
Yeah.
And I remember when she was a puppy, she was nervous and scared. And I've said this in the special or whatever, but it's true. She was nervous and scared, and I had a drink, and I got down on the floor with her with a cocktail, and I was a little buzzed. And I was like, hey, she was nervous. She was a puppy. I go, you're about to have the greatest life in the world. I go, these little girls are going to love the shit out of you. They're going to play dress up. You're going to have the greatest time of your life. And I go, that woman in there, she's going to take care of every need you ever need in your entire life. I go, here's the deal, though. I go, I'm going to be in and out of here. You're not going to see me much. You got to take care of them. You got to be the one. I need you to be a terrorist. Anyone comes through that door, you die first. And I swear to God, this dog got comfortable, looked at me like, I can do that. And no one came near that house because of that dog. And we lived in an alley. Like people would homeless people lived on. That dog would protect that house. And Izzy, if you broke into our house with a ball, it was your house. She would play with you. Mac was beautiful. He was just
He didn't care.
Yeah, he was like a
wanted
men's
love.
journal model.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to protect you. But God, those and now can I tell you the thing that's really breaking my heart is I'm afraid we'll never get another dog.
You have to.
Yeah, but the girls are in college, and Leanne has spent her whole life raising girls and raising dogs and having dogs and part of her, I'm afraid she's just going to be like, let's spend some time without a dog and travel, and I'll come on the road with you. We're going to go into production on this movie that we're shooting, and it shoots on a desert island. So I don't know how, it's like all these things are happening where I know, and she's always a producer on everything I do. We're doing another special. I'm on tour.
You
And
are a busy man.
I am very busy.
Yes.
I am very busy. I should not have a dog. I really shouldn't. Maybe I'll get. And I don't want a little.
I was going to say, what about a little dog?
No. When you saw me your dog, I was like, hey, can you tell me where you got your dog?
Yes. Beowulf Mastiffs. Yeah.
I'm gonna name the first one Grendel.
Oh, yeah. There's
That's
some great. Mastiffs are the best.
Mastiffs.
I mean, I'm partial.
Mastiffs are the Bentley. Like they are the Bentley.
They are enormous. So Gus right now is a 180-pound puppy, and he tears the house up. He gets the zoomies.
He's so
And
big.
he's like, "Rah, rah," and he really does. He wrecks everything. He takes everybody out, clips you right at the knees. I mean, he's brutal and wakes me up at least twice in the night to go outside.
For real?
For real.
He's a baby.
Wait, do you
still.
sleep in bed with them?
They are not allowed in our beds. They're too big.
We were sleeping with all the dogs in bed at one point. 3 dogs and a cat.
That must be fun.
Dogs
Oh,
in the middle.
I loved it. But you'd roll over and you'd grab onto anything. Oh, I can't imagine a life without a dog.
Yeah.
I can't imagine not having a dog. They're so
Because it's just pure unconditional love.
pure love. Like you
Yeah.
come home and you have a crappy day and they're like,
And they're like, hello.
and their eyes will be like, what's up?
Like heart eyes.
Yeah.
Our little puppy has like cartoon heart eyes when he looks at you like the greatest thing in the world.
Every woman in my house got a cat. Everyone got cats. Isla's therapist says, get her a cat. We get her a cat. This cat, I hope Isla's not watching, is a piece of shit. I mean, it is, Frankie is one person's cat. It is one person's cat. It is Isla's cat. It does
And
not like
that's
anyone
it.
else. Yeah, and it gives you bitch eyes anytime it
Oh
sees
yeah,
you.
I don't love cats.
I don't either. And
Yeah.
then Georgia has a rescue cat
Oh.
that, like, I gotta be honest with you, I think Leanne kidnapped a cat. Like, we had a cat. We had a cat that
A
was
rescue cat.
Missing cat, but it's fine. There's a
this cat.
poster.
Let me can I tell you the okay?
poster of that
So
cat.
there's a cat that's coming into our neighborhood, into our house, into our yard, and it's always coming in. And it's got like a chip on it, like a
Right.
a tag, air
Yeah.
tag. So it's coming in all the time, and there's coyotes in LA, and it's just living in our front yard. It's not going home. It's just living in our front yard. So Leanne's like, well, I'll open the garage door so it has a place to hide. So then it's living in our garage. So then Leanne leaves out food. I go, don't give it food. It's
It's
never
never
going
gonna
home.
leave. Yeah.
So then I go, you got to find out whose cat this is. So Leanne takes the cat over to the neighbors and is like, hey, I think this is your cat. And, you know, they're not from this country. So they're like, it is street cat. And they're like, what? She goes, it is everyone's cat, not our cat. It's street cat. And she's like, so it's a street cat? And he's like, yeah, it's street cat. Leanne's like, no, it's not. It's our cat. So the cat now lives with us.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You got rid of that air tag.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Leanne took off the air tag and was like, welcome home. By the way, I'm changing your name.
It's like if it's your cat and you have an air tag on it, you're looking for it.
You would
Yeah.
think.
So
He was like, no, it's street cat.
Okay.
And we're like,
So do
Ours.
you do accents other than Russian?
no, that's it. I do that, and I do a very confusing European guy. Where it's, it's so bad that you can't even tell where it's from. I go, I can't even do it now. I'm really bad at accents. I can do Kermit the Frog.
But you do Russian very
Russian's
well.
great.
I do
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog, but everyone thinks it's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they
It's in
do
the middle of
sound
it. It's
similar.
like I can only grab it in a bit. Like in a bit, I can go to voices that I do in the bit, like "Pойдем здесь, где," which I don't think means "Hey, you're okay, stay there." Like that, but I can only run it in the bit. I can't just
Right,
do
you
it out
can't
of nowhere.
just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I hate when people say do that accent.
I'm not good at accents. I'm
Yeah,
not like
I'm not either, apparently.
I can do Leanne's accent, but it's so bad she gets angry. Well, I'm like, "Hi, y'all." She's like, "I don't sound like that." I go, "You do to me." 'Cause she says like things like, I need an ink pen."
Yeah, and where's she from? Georgia,
Small
right?
town in Georgia,
Okay,
just on the
because your daughter
border.
was named after.
Georgia was
yeah.
named after her, after Leanne State, and then Isla was named after a drunk aunt she had, Aunt Isla, who was like an artist and an alcoholic, and I'm painting my picture of it, but a lunatic, like back in the 50s.
in the best way.
In the 50s when
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
supposed to be
Right,
a
right.
fried green tomatoes lunatic.
Right, right.
Like Shirley MacLaine and fried green
Yeah.
tomatoes. And so, and man, we got that paid out in dozens. So I didn't name any of our kids. We were going to have a third, but then Isla just took the
took it all
soul.
out of
She
you.
took the soul out of Leanne.
Second one ruins
Oh.
it for you.
Isla just, you know, both our kids are interesting in different ways. Like Georgia is, I had a really smart British comic. I forget his name, but I did a podcast with him, and he was like, you know, I've watched a lot of your stuff. I've watched a lot of your stuff.
Yeah, you are bad at it.
I'm really bad at it. I'm trying to do it right now. Okay. I watched a lot of your stuff.
Okay, Davey.
And he's like, he was like, Georgia is your Jiminy Cricket. I never understood what that meant, but like, Georgia, my entire life with that child has been like, she's almost like your teammate. Like she just like ponies up to you like for fun and like but almost to like witness the world with you. You know, like she was the one like she was the one I would laugh at. Like we taught Isla how to ride a bike. I taught Georgia how to ride a bike. Georgia's very emotional. And so it was a day. It was a full day. I took the pedals off. We went to the park. We found a very subtle downhill. She didn't get it at first, and then she gave up and threw it, like melted down. And then I got her back, and then she learned how to ride a bike. And then she was so proud of herself. And then the day we were going to teach Isla to ride a bike, Georgia comes in like my assistant coach. Dad, we got this. We're going to teach her. And I was like, that's right. And so I said, I'm going to take the pedals off your bike. And Isla goes, no, I got it. And I was like, you don't have it, Isla. Like, trust me. She goes, I got it, Dad. Just give me a push.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay. So I give her a push, and the kid
Rode the
gets
bike?
it,
Got
gets it in a second. And then within 50 feet, hits the front of a BMW and goes over the handlebars onto the hood.
Oh, fuck.
And Isla and Georgia just looks at me and goes, "Did you see that?" I go, "Yeah." And so then I go, "Isla." She goes, I'm good. Do it again."
I'm great, Dad.
So we put her on, and then she somehow hits a higher fire hydrant and goes over a fire hydrant, and we're like, "Oh my God." So we put her on again, and she hits a trash can. And then Georgia looks at me and goes, "Do you think she needs glasses?" I mean, that's who Georgia is, like your assistant. Do you remember the TV show Coach? She's like Dauber. And so, like, Georgia would be the one that go, "Hey, have you seen your youngest daughter?" And I haven't. She goes, "Because she's stuck in a tree." And then you go out, and Isla's at the top of a tree going, "How do I get down?"
Where's the door?
Yeah, I mean, the two of them. I remember Isla and Leanne got into a fight one morning. Georgia was I don't mean to slight one kid and prop up, but Georgia was the ideal child. Hey, you'd open the door to wake her up, and she'd already be awake going, "I'm already up. I've been reading." And you're like, "Oh, awesome."
Yeah.
I mean, Leanne would get everyone ready for school. And I'm sure this is in therapy, they'll figure out what this did to Georgia. But everyone ready for school. And Georgia would be backpack on,
Ready to
socks
go.
pulled up over her calves, shoes on, ready to go, packed her own lunchbox. Hairbrushed, braided her own hair. And Isla would not have clothes on yet.
Yeah,
would
it's a
be
mess.
naked in front of the shoes, putting on socks. And going, "I don't like the way they feel. And so,
You're doing it wrong.
and one time they're fighting so bad. Isla and Leanne. Isla will not put on shoes. No, none of her shoes feel right. Which, by the way, is me. That's entirely me. I have tactile issues.
See? She's a lot like you.
Her and Leanne get into a crazy fight. And then Georgia pulls me aside. She's like, you got to stop this. Like, I go, "What?" She goes, "I mean, we're not going anywhere. Mom's not talking to her. She's not talking to Mom. I need to get to school. You got to be a referee somehow." So I go to Isla. I said, "You need to apologize to your mom." And she goes, "Absolutely not." And I went, "What?" And she goes, "She can come to me." And I was like, by the way, Isla had to be 2010 at least. So Isla had to be 6 or 4. She was probably 6 years old. And maybe 7. And I go, "Isla, we're going to go into the room. Your mom's in the closet. You're going to say you're sorry and that we found a pair of shoes. We found a pair of shoes for her." So she puts on her shoes. And she walks into the closet. Leanne is facing her clothes in the closet, knows we're in there, and will not turn around.
Oh.
Isla's standing behind her, looks at me, and I said, "Isla, is there something you want to say to your mom?" And she goes, "I don't know. Does she want to say something first?"
Oh.
And Leanne goes, "Well, what did you want to say to me?" And Isla goes, "Turn around." And Leanne goes, "What did you want to say?" And Isla goes, "Dad, I'm afraid if I apologize, she wins. I'm out." And walked out. And I went, "I'm afraid if she..." One time, Georgia and Isla got into a fight, right? And I bring them into the kitchen. There's our old house, yellow kitchen, standing right in front of our 1950s stove. I mean, the old stove where you could lift up this part and cook bacon and then close it.
Oh, yes.
And then that was a flat top, old stove. And I go, "Hey, this ends right now." I go, "You girls are sisters. You're teammates. You don't realize that. You're all you have. One day, Mom and I will be gone, and it will just be you. And you have to appreciate the person you are looking at right now." And they're staring at each other. I go, "There's only one thing to say to each other right now, and I think you know what that is, Georgia." She goes, "Isla, you're my sister, and I love you with all my heart, and I'm sorry." And I go, "That is beautiful, Georgia." I said, "Isla, what are you going to say to your sister?" And she goes, "I accept your apology."
So good.
And we're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, my daughter would have said, "I don't accept your apology," after all that. Like getting right, and then it escalates right away again.
I'm bummed that it doesn't. This is what's upsetting me about the dog, but I'm bummed that it's over.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that the dogs.
But maybe it's not totally over.
But the dogs that they knew, the dogs that they had, the dogs that they grew up with, they're all gone. And then
It's a new chapter.
it's a new chapter, and I don't like new chapter. And then they're gonna come home and maybe they'll meet the new dogs. But like, Georgia came back from her first week of college, and like, first semester of college, she came back for Thanksgiving, and our dogs had never experienced separation before.
Right.
and they lost their minds.
When she came home.
And they were like, Mac almost was trying to throw out his back. He was like, oh, I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead. God, you're back. Your hair's a different color, but I don't care. And Izzy was like, ah. And now these new dogs, if we get new dogs, they'll be like, who are you? And then, it's like, I don't know. I just,
It's different.
And the girls are in college and the girl,
But that's life.
I don't like
And
it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like
And I'm
it.
not saying it like, oh, it's just life. My oldest is a sophomore in college, and my middle is getting ready to go. And I'm not okay. I still haven't gotten over my oldest being gone, and she's not even that far. And my middle is going, and I'm not okay. And my youngest is going to turn 16 in August. And the second she gets her car,
See ya.
she's going to be out. Or not car, but license. WWE World returns to Las Vegas this April 16th through the 20th. And it's the can't-miss destination during WrestleMania week. WWE World brings the WWE Universe closer than ever to the superstars, legends, and iconic moments that define WWE. With immersive exhibits, exclusive merchandise, and experiences you won't find anywhere else.
See superstars like Drew McIntyre, Liv Morgan, Jey Uso, Dominic Mysterio, Tiffany Stratton, and many more, with even more appearances still to come.
Tickets are on sale now at WWEworld.com. Save 10% with promo code YourStory10.
Can I tell you, this is how, so doing this series it was very therapeutic. It was very fun because we're writing off of our real life and we're
Right.
writing off our real personalities. And so people always say, is Isla like that in real life? Yeah. In part, yeah. She was a lunatic and she was crazy and she lived, but Isla was a little different in that because I stole her anonymity, she was a little self-aware at a certain age. At that age, she was a lunatic. And Georgia was very emotional. And our stories in life were always on the shoulder of whatever was going on in Georgia's life at the time, And Georgia was very bullheaded and she wanted to do things her way. And then, but can I tell you, this is as I've, been thinking about, show's doing pretty well. And people are like, would you do season 2? This is how much I miss my family. This was my pitch for season 2, and Netflix has not heard this yet. I wanted to open on me and Leanne's funeral.
Mm.
And young Georgia and Isla are in the front pew, and they're really upset. And as people are eulogizing us, a 25 and 27-year-old version of Isla and Georgia come in with veils on and sit down next to them as time travelers and go, hey, cheer up. We can fix this. You just got to trust us. And then it's them time traveling back to save our lives. Because if I could do anything, I'd time travel back to live in those lives, to cherish the moments that were frustrating me so much as a parent. The times that it was like, how many times would you go back to the time when they didn't want the seatbelt on, just to put the seatbelt on them one more time, to be that close to the baby that smells like Cheerios, and just be like, hey, calm down. It's okay. We're together. So many times teaching them how to swim, how to ride a bike. I mean, all the times are gone, and I get so morose. I talked to my dad about it. My dad gets really sad sometimes when he thinks about all the stuff we've done, and he'll reminisce, and he can get emotional, and go we had such a great time, because he's 77 now.
What's his advice?
None. Don't listen to that man.
Okay,
No.
don't.
My dad's a little bit old school, so
But yeah,
his advice.
stoic.
I took from and I hope my dad would hear this kindly, but my dad was very much he didn't go out, didn't party, didn't really have friends until we left. When it was the family, it was us every night at our house. Now, I think this develops the man I am today, is that I am a guy that always wants to party. I always want to be out. I always want to have friends. I want to go to other people's houses. I want to have big grill outs and cookouts. I want all of that. Because we didn't have that as kids. My dad just wanted family together. That was it. We were this nuclear family. Now, when my dad's visiting LA, we are a wild nuclear family. At Christmas, my parents come out. It is me. We call it big team, is what we are. But what I drew from that is the guy I am today is I'm a little different. So I kind of go out of my way to fly everyone to LA so that we can all go to, like, I took everyone to Hawaii recently. So I want to create memories. Like, I'm doing a South Beach Food and Wine Festival, and I said to my dad, let me get you a hotel room. Mom's going to be in LA. Why don't I fly you into South Beach, and you'll have some great meals, and I can get you have some great wine. I can't drink with you, but we'll hang out and just go to the festival. My dad's like, okay. So I think the one takeaway I've seen from him is, like, I want to make sure that, like, we spend as much time together as a family as we can. And but I would go back to, like, the first time I introduced the girls to chocolate. We were at the mall in LA. That was like my move as a dad, is if Leanne was working, I'd just take the girls to the mall.
A lot of options. That's great.
Yeah, I loved it. 3 stories,
There's a lot to
Beverly
do.
Center.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And I took the girls.
And the food court.
I
yeah.
go to the food
Yes.
court.
Samples.
They have hot chocolate chip cookies. Just came out.
Otis Spunkemeyer.
No, I think it was Nestle's.
Oh.
The Nestle store.
Oh, wow.
And so-
Nestle Toll House.
Yeah, Toll
Yeah.
House.
Oh, yeah.
So I look at the girls and I go, have you guys ever had a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie? And George is like, I don't think so. George is older than Isla at the time. Isla's not speaking, and even when she could speak, couldn't understand her. And I go, oh, can I
But
get...
she could walk.
She learned how to walk before she did anything.
Oh, wow.
She learned how to walk at like 10 months.
You were you were
man.
10 months, according to your mom, I think.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
It causes dyslexia. Just so you know, if your kid's walking, ankle them and get them on the ground. They're supposed to crawl before they walk. If they're walking, they're not going to read.
Okay.
So I get a dozen hot chocolate chip cookies. I give one to Georgia. Georgia Kreischer.
Oh, no, not too
had to
hot.
be-
Not too hot.
Not too hot.
Okay.
She takes a bite of a warm chocolate chip cookie. First taste ever. She looks at me and she goes, does Mom know about these? we used to go to Ralph's. I would always do events with the girls. Like, I would always take them places because I wasn't like a sit-at-home dad. So I remember taking them to Ralph's on the corner of La Brea and West 3rd. And I would take them to Ralph's. Now, at a certain hour in the night, usually around like 4 or 5 o'clock, La Brea Bakery would deliver hot bread. And I would get a loaf of hot bread right when it got delivered. I would rip it open and I'd just shove half a stick of butter in each in the grocery store. Right. And I'd watch my girls fist warm bread out of the 2 loaves.
Warm buttered bread.
Warm buttered bread.
Yes.
And I would, and they're just sitting in the cart, just sitting crisscross applesauce
Oh,
in the cart.
just having
I
the
didn't know this was
greatest
an option.
time.
I'm gonna start doing this with
Yes.
my kids. You get like the fruit.
Those moments are like
Yeah.
my favorite moments. Like, teaching my girls how to hit softballs was like, they had beautiful swings. Like, I'm very, like, I want them to have grandkids right away. I would
That's where I'm
retire.
going. That's what I'm hoping for.
People are like, they can't believe they outlawed abortion in Georgia. I go, thank God. I want a grandbaby.
I would like,
Please get her.
I
I
would
go,
like
stay
some
in Georgia. I want that
grandchildren.
baby. Don't you kill that baby. I want that baby. Your mom's good at raising them. I'm good at playing with them. I can teach them how to get chocolate chip cookies.
Mine are still young enough where it's not really, I don't want that just yet, but I
was
do.
19. I'll take one right
but,
now.
But I swear, yeah, that's my oldest is 19. She'll be 20 in July. But that's where I'm going because I'm having all these moments too. And I'm going through all the pictures and I'm putting together the yearbook ad and I'm like reliving all these moments. And it's like, where did it go?
Where did it go?
It went so fast.
You know, Brian, I want to say this. If you're listening, and I know there's this weird thing that's happening in society where people look at, when I was a kid, if I saw someone that had money, I kind of fantasized about money. I thought it was cool. And I know people get shamed for money, kill all the billionaires or whatever. But I always want to say something. 'Cause sometimes when I was growing up, I was in a rush to make money because I wanted the big house. And the whole time I felt inadequate because my house was like 1,100 square feet. And I wanted the big house for my girls. I wanted the big yard for my girls. Not realizing what that little house gave us.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying this to, if you're a dad or a mom in like Leanne grew up in a trailer. And so every house was big to her.
Yeah. My dad grew up in a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so so I remember one time Brian Regan's one of the best comedians that's ever lived. He's one of the most talented comedians ever. And I brought him into my house to a podcast, and he said, "This is your house?" And I went, "Yeah, but we're about to get like a big." I was really embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to be as honest and as vulnerable as
Yeah, of
possible.
course.
And he went, "If I were you, I wouldn't leave." I said, "What?" And he goes, "This feels like a house. Like this feels like a
Like a
family house,
home.
like a
Like
home."
home.
And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." He was like, "This is like," he goes, "Trust me, you're gonna get the big house, and everyone will be in the rooms, and you're gonna have to scream to get anyone to hear you or call them, God forbid, and it won't feel like this." And then he goes, "This smells like a house." And I was like, "Well, she's making dinner." He goes, "Yeah, but I can smell it when I walked in the door."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, "And it feels like a house." And then he goes, "And it sounds like a house." And as he says that, George and Isla run in the house from the pool. And George is like, "Mom, Isla kicked me in the vagina." and he's like, "See, this is a house." But I always say, like, you know, like I had a hard time when we got our nice house, and we still own our old house. And I go to that house and I'm like, this house this was right. Built in like 1930. It never got, it was just perfect. It's the perfect house in my opinion. And you look, and you know, I was talking to Shannon Sharp about, like, you know, when you get money, and I said, you know, what's the difference between like the money you have now and the money you had? I don't think this made the interview because it was a pretty gross conversation. But I go, what's the difference? Like, you make a lot of money now. I go, when your first contract, how much did you make? And he was like, $400,000 signing bonus, $700,000 a year. And I was like, what was the difference? And he thought about it and he went, you know, back then when I wanted a watch, I had to wait for it and save for it. And I really thought about that watch. And I go, now? And he goes, just buy it. And I go, which one
Mattered more.
mattered more? And he goes, oh, the first
The one you had to earn.
Yeah.
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 And it's like, so what? I don't know what I was in a race for. I wish that, meaning, like, when we talk
Yeah,
about
you're
our
always
kids,
putting pressure
and
on
I'm
yourself.
putting pressure on myself.
Yeah, about
I
what
could-
it means to provide for them.
I could never sit with the girls and read a book out loud because I felt like I was doing them a disservice by not working, by not writing. I would go on the road for so long because I thought that's what you're supposed to do as a dad, is you gotta work. You gotta, like, I'm letting them down. And so I missed out on a lot. And I don't need to tell you, in this business, everyone misses out on a lot. And you find different things to make up for it. And it becomes your norm. And it becomes, my daughters don't know any different. It's like, you know.
But that's true. They
Yeah.
don't know any different, and they appreciate those moments that they do have with you that much more because it means that much more to them. You're not just around all the time and they can take it for granted. It's that much more special to them, those moments that they have with you. And I guarantee if you ask them that, they'll tell you.
I hope so.
It's true.
I mean, it's like.
Don't feel guilty, you know, and you can't change the past, but you were
No.
doing everything for them. But the moments that you were with them, you seem like such a wonderful family, man. You really do. And you love your wife and your kids and your dogs and maybe even the cats you'll give some grace.
Yeah.
But I bet those moments that you did have, you were letting them paint your nails.
They're
You
still
were
painted.
you were taking them to the grocery store with hot bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like you gave them their first chocolate chip cookie with the ooey gooey chocolate. Like they will forever remember those moments with you. So don't feel badly, don't regret that you may have wanted more time.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll get that on the other side with your grandkids, but you didn't shortchange them.
Yeah, I feel like I did. You know, I'll tell you what, I'd feel worse if I wasn't able to let them go to college. I'd feel worse if, like, you know, like, so I'm glad I did what I did. You know, I'm happy. You know, I've achieved everything I've ever wanted to achieve in life. In all honesty, I never thought I'd get what I got. I never thought that I'd do a theater, let alone arenas, let alone the arena we're in right now, where my mom grew up, like in Philly. I was walking here, and one of the security guards was like, "What's up, Bert?" And I was, because I did, but I never thought I'd have a TV show ever. I never thought I'd have a movie. I never look as a child growing up. You know, wrestling growing up in Florida, wrestling was like, it was almost like something you didn't realize you were being ingrained in. It almost was like fishing or like baseball. like in Florida, that was wrestling, because in Tampa, we had just a thick upbringing of it.
Yeah,
And,
that's where a lot of people live too.
I mean, to see, Paul Orndorff wasn't like crazy. It was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
look who's there. And I'm good friends with Cody, and when I met Cody for the first time, we were drinking a glass of whiskey, and we were living together in a hotel in quarantine for a TV show. And I said to him, he said, "Do you follow wrestling?" I said, "No, I'm not a wrestling fan." I said, "I got to say that because I don't want to like disrespect you and tell you I am when I'm not." And then he was like, "Okay, it's cool." And I said, "I just want to be upfront."
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then we started talking wrestling.
Right.
And then he was-
As wrestling fans
Yeah.
do.
And then all of a sudden he's like,
You are actually
he's
a
like,
wrestling
hold on,
fan.
you just recounted the Ric Flair, Kerry Von Erich match in
great detail.
In great detail. You remember that? And I was, are you fucking kidding? Who doesn't remember that? And then I started quoting some of his dad's promos to him. And he was like, did you ever see my dad wrestle? I said, yeah, 100%. We used to go to the Tampa Armory and watch matches every Saturday night.
So
And he was like, wait, hold on. I said, dude, one of my favorite moments was with the Yahoo McDaniels. And he's like, hold on, wait. He's like, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, Bert. I don't want to freak you out, but you're a wrestling fan.
I hate to break it to
And
you.
then I was like, well, I know, but I don't like. And then I was just trying to defend it because I understand how deep a fan really is. It's like, but wrestling is as important to me as football is. And I couldn't tell you the name of Sam Donald is the quarterback playing?
Yeah.
Darnold, whatever. But I know, but I love football.
Right.
I'm never gonna be
the one who has the encyclopedia of knowledge.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. When
Right.
Paul Heyman came over and shook my hand over there in the commissary, I was like, and I was like, I didn't want to bother you. I can't believe you know who I am. Are you freaking kidding me? And I love. I mean, I've always said this, but Tom was not a wrestling fan. He made fun of it and noticeably. And I told him, I said, you got to go to an event because
That's the only way.
I said, at its best, it's as good as any 2 minutes left in any game.
Ooh, yeah.
It is just magical. It is, you disappear, you get involved. And I was like, it's the greatest, it's my favorite thing. And I'm so happy that you guys are working with Netflix because it's in my gym. All I watch is Netflix. That's all I really, that's the only thing I know a password to. And,
You don't even need
the
it
Unreal
anymore.
series is phenomenal. The series on Vince was fucking incredible. That was like, oh, everything's fucking incredible. And it's like, and then to get to, CM Punk gave me a hug and he's like, I'm sorry to hear about your dog. And I was like,
Well, he just lost his dog.
oh, God damn it, I should have known that.
Yeah, Larry.
I was like, thanks, man.
yeah,
And then he was
yeah.
like, what about my dog? No.
no, I'm
But
sure
it's
he
but no,
wasn't
but
saying
like
it that
but
way,
like it's
but
been,
he knows what it feels like. But WWE wrestling, it is storytelling. It is exactly what you do on
there's-
stage
there's
or in your
so
shows.
many correlations to stand-up comedy and wrestling, especially right now. There's so many. I remember Cody said to me, he goes, you're the most professional wrestler I've ever met that doesn't wrestle. And I said, really? He said, you remind me of everyone I grew up with because you sell yourself, you pitch yourself. He goes, I knew who you were within 2 minutes of meeting you. I knew everything about you. He goes, that's wrestling. And I was like, really? And then I look at my promos, and my best promos are just great wrestling promos. And I think in wrestling promo terms.
Yeah.
I think my one of my most famous speeches is I'll never quit drinking. That's wrestling promo.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah.
I love
So
that
good.
one.
Yeah, Tom, okay, best moment of my life, right? So, best moment of my life, Florida State reaches out and says, can you do the pregame speech to the stadium before the Alabama game? 90,000 people. And I said, I'd love to. And they go, what, all you really need to do, technically, say, God bless the troops, God bless America, and a version of Ladies and Gentlemen, Start Your Engines. And I was like, okay. I go, didn't Kevin James do that? And they're like, yeah, that's what we want.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And I
That's
was
what we
like-
do here.
And I was like, okay. So I go to Tallahassee. Me and Tom, we bring Porosos. We do that's our vodka. We do a big bottle signing and a big event. And we're drunk at 10 o'clock in the morning, Saturday game day. The game is at 1:30.
Oh, we got some time.
And I'm like, and Tom goes, what are you going to say today? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, can I just give you some advice. I said, what? And he goes, your promos are incredible. He goes, just cut a promo. He goes, every time you get fired up about something, it rolls off your tongue and it sounds perfect. So just think about Florida State, what it means to you, and then talk to the people, not at them, talk to them in the arena, in the stadium. The athletic director, everyone was sitting 10 feet from me. The marching band's behind me. I have 90,000 people I'm looking at. The camera's on me. The words they want to hear is, God bless the troops. And I start with, my name is Bert Kreischer. I watched everyone. I was lucky enough to spend 6.5 years at this beautiful institution. I was baptized in that end zone in 1991 when there were wooden bleachers, when I saw that burning spear go into that Seminole head. Tears streamed down my cheeks. Those tears were garnet and gold. 90,000 people. Alabama thinks they're going to come into our house and walk all over us. Bobby Bowden built this house. This is the house that Coach Norvell. I mean, it was the greatest moment of my life. Tom Segura, who's dead inside, is crying next to me. The athletic director, who is about to lose his mind. Shout out to Mike Alfred's like, my shirt's off. I'm whipping it around my head. Go Noles! And they're like, do you want to watch the spear go in? I go, yeah. We walk out shirtless to the Seminole head. Spear goes in. Everyone's crying. This is the greatest day of my life.
And for some reason, Tom had the Lone Ranger mask shaved on his chest.
He took his shirt up, and his tits were on vacation.
His tits were on vacation.
That's amazing. That
Yeah.
is amazing. I wish we weren't getting rushed, but
No,
apparently
this is-
you are in hot demand.
No,
And I had some stuff for you too, man.
Wow.
It's like, it's
well,
unfortunate.
why don't you
This
go?
is the only problem with
When can I
TVs.
get you guys on my cooking show?
Anytime.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
had it. We've had a bunch of. We had Seth Rollins and
Yeah, and you had Becky
yeah.
and Seth.
Yep.
yeah.
Rhonda.
Oh yeah. You guys, this community gets views.
Yeah.
Becky went on and like it's every DM I got, she was like, "There's one guy you don't want to
She's
cross."
like, who are you talking about?
Everyone was like, "Who are you
Yeah.
talking about?" And then Rhonda was like, just trashed Rogan, and I was like,
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
"Yeah."
Oh.
I said, "So, what do you think of Rogan?" And she goes, "I mean, he's a fan. He's never done the sport, never played it. Like, so as a fan, his opinion means nothing to me." And I was like, when I was in my head, I was like, he calls me once a day. Like, I'm going to talk to him. Like, this isn't going away. But no, and then we had Cody on. I've had Cody on a bunch. He is. It's funny. I feel like I didn't know him. I feel like I got to know him before he was who he is today.
Right.
So I really know him. And we lived in a hotel for and it's so funny. I've always mispronounced the word nightmare, and he always thought I was fucking with him. And I've just mispronounced it my whole life. But yeah, so
I wonder why.
And then I think
There has to be a story.
No, I mispronounced some words. Like it's
He
not like,
walked before.
what?
Oh, that's
Because
right.
you walked first before
You
you
didn't
talked.
crawl.
Yeah, it's because I always thought it was nightmare, but it's nightmare.
It is nightmare.
Nightmare.
It's
Yeah.
nightmare. I
Nightmare.
thought it was nightmare.
MARE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick a
Massage.
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 Massage. Yeah.
I kind of like
And then
massage.
some
I do too.
I mispronounce on purpose because the internet gets bothered by it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. And then if you pronounce his brother Casey Affleck right, people lose their mind. They're like, why would you do that? Tattoo? I've been doing tattoo for a long time. Tattoo?
Tattoo.
Yeah.
That's
And then I do it in my act, and then I go, he had all the tattoos, and then everyone you hear everyone go,
I thought you
I
meant
meant
Tattoo?
tutu.
no,
I was,
no, like a tattoo, like a
tattoo.
tattoo, a tattoo, a tattoo.
I was with you on tutu. Damn, that was a hard one.
yeah. We've got girls.
Yeah.
We went there.
Oh yeah, a tutu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, a tattoo.
Yeah.
A tattoo.
A tattoo.
Okay.
A tutu.
It's fun to mispronounce words and then watch people go, "I'm so sorry. What did you say?" And they go,
Or
"Oh, I'm sorry."
not. And
Yeah.
then they're slightly confused.
It started with nightmare. 'Cause Tom called me on it, and he goes, "It's nightmare," and I went, "No, it's nightmare." And I thought it was spelled
For sure.
MERE.
yeah.
Oh.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right. That's,
But it's not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's not.
Fair. Yeah.
And that we're of that generation.
Well, you're not my age, are you?
I think so.
No.
I turned 50 in September.
No, you look so good.
Right.
I got makeup for this.
I have makeup too.
I got rosacea on my cheeks.
I have rosacea.
No, you don't.
I do.
What are you doing to
I'm
get rid of it?
Irish.
What are you doing?
I didn't do the ivermectin cream. I meant to
Oh,
ask you
everyone's
about
doing
it. Does it
ivermectin.
work?
That's
Does
what
it
everyone
work?
says. Everyone says
But I
ivermectin
heard you
cream.
say that your
I said on
doctor told
Rogan,
you that, but
Everyone's like,
I-
get on ivermectin.
Yeah, but I haven't tried it yet.
I'll do it. It sucks because the one thing you start noticing what great skin everyone has,
Right.
When you have bad skin, and I get these bumps, and then they dry up, and they turn into like welts, and I'm not doing anything right now. I'm not doing anything, but it just happens,
Right.
and
Have you tried the ivermectin?
I haven't tried anything. I haven't gone to
Oh.
a dermatologist. I'm supposed to go to a dermatologist, but I haven't been home in a while. So
Why haven't you tried it?
no, because I gotta go. I haven't been home. I'll go to a dermatologist when I get home, but
I don't know I don't think the dermatologist will prescribe ivermectin. I don't. Maybe.
for real.
Well,
Where do you get it?
so there's
You
all
gotta
the
get it
theories,
through
right?
Rogan.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like they can't. I don't know if it's true or not.
I'd rub it on my face. I went to my.
Yeah.
I got
If it works,
I got a.
it's very cheap too.
I got the red light therapy mask.
Oh, does it work?
Well, I don't know. They got the red light therapy beds that really work.
But I'm told the red light therapy masks actually are not good for rosacea in
Great.
particular.
That would make.
But
a
the
lot
bed
of
might be
sense.
great.
Makes it worse.
I've been noticing somewhat of an outbreak after.
Yeah, the masks are not so good.
I got
from
red
what
light
I've
therapy
heard.
for my hair. I got red light therapy for everything. They said it makes your vision go back.
That's
but
what- that's-
But I
also
thought your eyes were out.
I know no.
mask.
You do a panel and then you sit in front of it like this and it goes through your eyes. Listen, I got a longevity doctor. I'm on testosterone. I'm on
Oh
Manjaro.
yes, I had to ask you real quick.
Shoot.
So Manjaro,
Yes.
you said quickly you had a reaction.
Oh yeah.
I did too. I tried it, and for 3 days it was both ends.
Oh.
It was
I was throwing
Horrifying.
up. I was throwing up aggressively.
yeah,
Like
yeah. You can't stop it.
I threw up the other night.
But so are you doing? What dosage are you
I'm
doing?
microdosing right now.
But what does that mean?
So I take in
Like,
between 20 and 25 mLs, like
Oh,
in a
okay.
syringe.
Okay.
I take it out of a thing and I inject it. So I think the normal is 2.5.
2.5 is the lowest dose. That's what I did the first time.
Went
That is
full.
so much more than I do.
Yeah.
And by the way, 0.2 was making me throw up.
Really?
And by the way, when I drank on it, I'd throw up. If I ate anything rich, if I tried to lay down, I'd throw up. I threw up the other night. I woke up and I was like, I think I got a fart. And I was like, oh, we're doing way more than that. The fart made me throw
That's a
up.
horrible,
I broke open hand sanitizers just to smell them, and was like, and then I threw up all night in bed.
Oh no!
Oh, and-
so then why are you still doing it?
Because
losing weight.
I lost like 40 pounds.
Well,
And
from
my
all the-
doctor's like, listen, he's like, I can tell you not to do it, but you're going to come back in January and be 300 pounds. And he was like, you're not. I was like, I'm like, I've been fatter. He goes, by 1 pound. You were 246 or 276. You're 275. He goes, you're gaining weight back. He goes, I was carrying 90 pounds of fat in my visceral fat.
oh, that's not good.
And he goes, yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, you have a Romanian gymnast. You're pregnant with a person.
That's like
That's a 90-pound. You know what I'm talking about. We're both pregnant with people. And so he's like, you got to get rid of it. And I started it, and I noticed that on a microdose at first, I was barely eating and drinking.
Right.
And then I started noticing that and then I got sick. And then when I got sick, I lost
I was just gonna say,
10
so at
pounds.
least
And I
you're
was like,
throwing up.
oh, I can get the flu for 2 weeks. and then I just kind of, now I've measured my dosage in. I've dialed it in, so I can eat and I'll eat, but I don't overeat, or I'm cognizant not to overeat. And I have to say, that especially with the not drinking, you don't have an impulse to drink when
Right.
you're on it.
Right.
So I don't really like think about drinking. I definitely think about tapping out from reality, but not drinking per se. I'm like, I think I'm good.
So you're having some gummies.
I brought gummies tonight. I'm curious. I'll take one. I may take one
Don't
just
fall.
to,
Just
Don't
sit
yeah,
fall.
I may take one just to tap out because the dog passed away, and I go,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yes.
Let's just lighten up a little bit
And enjoy
Smile
the show.
ear to ear.
Yeah.
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 This is. I have to say this. So like I've done a lot of podcasts, and I do a lot of podcasts. This is one of the most enjoyable podcasts I've ever done, and I just to give it flowers. You are very well researched, but you're very engaged in that it is your podcast, and I never at any point did I start trying to mow over people. I got to tell stories, and it was I felt like I got to know you guys as much as you met me, which does not happen in my podcast.
Just fair warning.
If we get to know you in my podcast, that's a bonus. If you hear stories about me in my podcast, that's what you get.
We're doing it right.
But I feel like I'm really gonna text Leanne and go, we're getting a Mastiff next.
Yeah.
Beowulf Mastiffs.
Beowulf.
I'm so excited to go wait for the show to start and Google Beowulf Mastiffs and just look at any litters they have.
I can connect you with the.
Please.
Yes, absolutely.
Please.
I will.
And by the way, this is exactly what I needed after last night. So thank you. Thank
It's like
you.
therapy.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna even want to do it today. So
Oh, no, 100%.
Thank you for doing this, but sending you all the love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Totally.
This is a
getting
dream come true.
happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.